Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Redmissed in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great, and we, my friends, are playing some more Clash Royale. Now, I want to start off by saying, guys, I'm very sorry, but there's not going to be any live battles in this game today because I'm having really bad problems with my internet, and it keeps making me lag out. So I just can't react quick enough in the games, and it's causing me to lose quite a few today. Um, I was out at a friend's house and I used his internet for a little while and I played a few games and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you them. What happened is basically I was using my hog deck, and as you can see, this is just where I was having such big problems. I was getting draws and I was getting losses, and in the end, I just got so frustrated. I decided I was going to try a new deck, which is actually one of the more common decks right now for the Hog Rider. Um, I don't think that they have the Ice Wizard and the Princess in it though, but I'm using the Ice Wizard and the Princess in this basically Hog Cycle rocket kind of deck, and it's working out really well. So as you can see, I switched over to it just here, and my first game was a victory. Then I got defeated by a giant bowler, but I beat the giant bowler just before, and as you guys know, the giant bowler is the new absolutely horrendous deck to fight. It's taken over from the giant poison deck. It's now the giant bowler lightning deck. So the new balance changes should hopefully help work that one out. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you the last three battles that I did when I was over my friend's house. I'm back home now, so that's why I'm saying I can't really play any games because of the internet's playing up again. But I want to just show you these real quick because this deck is so dirty. It's crazy. It's if people don't have stuff to defend with, then it causes them a lot of problems. And look at that, guys. I play the log to kill his goblins, knock back his barbarians, and just as that happens, he dropped a princess as well. And this is why I say that this deck is quite crazy, because it's not got a defense in it. It's purely attack bases, and I'm getting used to having that Tesla in my deck now. But the Ice Spirit and the Wizard are going to go ahead and do some good work against those level 11 goblins. And the Ice Wizard slowing down the table meant that um, Hog got like 4 hits off on the tower. And watch this, guys. The Princess and the Log is going to shut down those barbarians without a single hit on the tower. That's pretty insane. Now, I know that that is basically like 6 elixir to shut down 5, but I've got the princess on the line, and the ice spirit, the ice wizard is going to tank long enough that the princess is going to be able to kill the minions, so that's 2 shots off, and they're going to go ahead and get some damage on the tower. The hog, the ice spirit, is going to go in and take out his tower on the right hand side. And the thing with this, guys, is the Mega Minion is in the deck because so many people are running the Lava Hound and also running the Giant Bowler deck. I want the Mega Minion in the deck because of the fact of he packs out so much damage, it is crazy. Now, my Mega Minion's only a level 6, and it just does work. And look at this push that I built up, because he's gone ahead and put down that guy, and we don't have a huge amount of damage. Look at this, 2 princesses, 2 ice wizards, a hog rider, and he's just given up. So we just send in that rocket right at the end, do a ton of damage, and again my rocket is a bit under leveled for this particular deck slash where I'm actually fighting as well. So it isn't like the best amount of damage, but if you look at that, it does 493 King Tower or Crown Tower damage. So it does do a lot of damage still. And the reason why this deck is so dirty is because if people try to build up big pushes, like you'll see with this guy, he'll try to start his giant at the back or his witch at the back. You just use the rocket to kill them, and it works out as a positive elixir trade because of the fact of they've used 5 for the witch, for example, and then I'm going to go ahead and get a ton of damage to a tower and kill the witch. So it's a hell of a lot of trade value in the rocket. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to take care of this over here. And if you look at this, guys, I use my log just to knock back that witch and the bomber, and because of that he was forced to use his zap on my princess that was actually already low, which means that I was able to defend quite nicely with my skeleton army and only take very minimum damage or minimal damage to my tower right there. And we've kind of switched lanes here, which again is a good thing that we've switched lanes because of the fact of now got the choice out of which towers to go for, really, um, on the basis of if he tries to defend anything. So I've got the Ice Wizard going down, I've got the Mega Minion, and that Musketeer is going to pretty much take them out. I send the rocket in, and the Ice Wizard tanks just long enough that the Musketeer was still in range of that rocket. And I was kind of thinking, I've missed that rocket, and I was kind of biting my tongue, and it landed, and I was like, okay, cool. So now I know that my main focus is going to be on the left-hand lane because I've done a hell of a lot more damage to that. So I'm going to go ahead and set up to defend against this giant over here. He's going to zap, but he plays the goblin barrel really badly, and because he's zapped, the ice spirit's going to take care of that, and I know that I'm free to play my skeleton army, and he's going to play tons of stuff right in front of it. And look at this, guys, he's going to try and defend with his knight and his witch. The mega minion's there, the rocket is there ready to wait, and we're going to do a ton of damage to that tower and also kill that witch, as well as go ahead and start up the defense once again. So again, the goblin barrel is going to come in. We're going to force him to use the zap, but it's not in rotation, so the skeleton army is going to annihilate his goblin barrel, and we're just going to send the hog rider in again, force him to put troops down because we were trying to flush out that princess, the witch. The log is going to bring us down into the golden number. We're just going to wait for the elixir, and we're going to send off that rocket into the distance, take that crown, and defend against a giant witch combination very, very easily. And that's why this deck is so good, guys. If you keep the positive elixir trades up, then you're able to kill stuff so well. And it's just not really too much of a problem. Now, I'm not going to lie, I did have a little bit of a problem here, and I'm very surprised. If this was the battle that I'm thinking of, I'm very surprised that he didn't actually manage to win, or tie it up and then obviously continue on into the battle, because this was a very, very close battle. So because he's just used that log, I'm going to go ahead, send my ice spirit, send my skeletons, just because I want to see if he has a secondary spell like arrows or the zap. So obviously we flushed out the zap, so now I know that with my deck I'm going to have to worry about a log and a zap, which again isn't a big problem because we've got that mega minion in there. We give him a thumbs up because of that Sparky, because we're just going to send in the rocket. Fortunately, his Sparky's a level 2, and my rocket only does enough damage to bring it down to one shot. So the princess is going to target over there and get rid of the Sparky. And then we're going to log on the left hand side to get rid of the fire spirits and the princess. And we're just going to leave this giant alone, with the princess on the left-hand side. Now, some of you might be saying, why on earth would you have left the royal giant? And the reason why I left the Royal Giant is quite simple, because of the fact of if I defended it, I would have taken a lot more damage to my left hand tower, and I didn't want that because of the fact of I need to start forcing him to play cards, because I know he's got that Sparky. I'm gonna have to save my rocket for the Sparky slash do crown tower damage, and we're gonna have to defend against that Royal Giant, and he's got the log and the zap to shut down the skeleton army. So we're going to force him to play the cards like he doesn't want to. So here comes the mini P.E.K.K.A, and because he was focusing so much on getting troops down to protect his Sparky, he actually let me have my skeleton army down on the ground, which is going to cost him very, very dearly, because now he's got to defend against a Hog, a Mega Minion, and Ice Wizard, and an Ice Wizard. But his tower's within one shot, so instead of worrying too much, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to shut down this Royal Giant's health. We're going to send in our Hog Rider nice and quick down the line, and we're going to go ahead and kill that tower. Now, the reason why I didn't use my rocket to kill the tower is because I wanted to save my rocket to be able to push over on the left-hand side, because he would have had to push very hard on the right-hand side. He's going to leave 60 HP on that tower because he didn't have anything else to be able to push forward, and we're going to go ahead and take that game. So, as you can see, guys, this deck is working really, really well. Not really too sure how much in common it has to the sort of Hog Rocket deck that is actually at the top of the leaderboard that a lot of people are using. But this is a deck that I'm kind of using, and I'm enjoying it. I don't think the one at the top of the leaderboard has the Princess and the Ice Wizard. I think it might have like the Inferno Tower, and I think it's got something like 3 Elixir Minions or Spear Goblins as well, something like that. But I'm finding that this is working really well because I love the Princess, I love the Ice Wizard, and I want to bring them back into a deck, guys. And maybe, just maybe, they're going to be able to be used and work out some good magic for me. But they're doing really well for me, as you can see up in the top deck, up in the top right. Once we finish getting these chests open, we have reached another new high trophies, and we're continuing to push on up. And hopefully, like as you can see here, we've got 3,490 with 8 off of our new trophies, because as I say, we did lose a couple of matches and we pushed up, but we're doing really well with this deck. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm still learning it, so I will expect to lose some trophies again before I start pushing up. We are starting to move up into the zone of fighting people with very outranked cards for me as well. So I don't really know how things are going to go, but maybe we can continue to level up this rocket. Maybe if we can make that a level 8 rocket, we'll stand a good chance against fighting against all those other people. Obviously, our Mega Minion's only a level 6, our Hog Rider's only a level 7. I played someone earlier today that had like a level 4 Princess in his deck, so we are sort of fighting a lot more people now, but we're going to continue to push. I'm really sorry once again about the internet, guys, and I'm sorry if I sound really croaky still, but I'm still not feeling too well. But I hope you've enjoyed this video anyway, guys. If you have, please show some support and hit that like for me, and maybe subscribe to the channel if you're new. But for now, peace on the streets.